Welcome to Theme 3 of the Part 1. Our topic today is Our True Identity Binds Us Together. Let me tell you a story. There was a nobleman who was struggling to become free from the temptations of his lower nature and ego and live a pious and happy life. He would spend a long time every day in prayer, in meditation to conquer his lower self and ego. He had no success and was badly distressed. Then one day, in the middle of his contemplations, suddenly he saw his ego, the embodiment of his lower nature, standing right in front of him. He leaped forward and caught hold of his ego and said, "I have suffered so much at your hand, and I'm not going to spare your life anymore." He pulled out his dagger to destroy his ego. But a loving, heavenly voice addressed him and said, "You cannot do this. I have created this for you. You cannot destroy it. What you can do is to control it." This story tells us, friends, that both the lower nature and the higher nature are created for us to assist us in our journey of life. To understand this better, by way of example, we can see that the lower nature is like the horse, and the higher nature is the horseman. By riding over and controlling the horseman can travel long distances faster and reach his intended destination easier. In this way, if we control our lower nature and use it properly, it can be of great benefit to us to achieve the purpose of our life. However, there is a catch here. If we feed the horse more than the horseman, it is likely that the horse will overpower the rider and gallop as it wishes, disobeying the horseman, and at the end throw the horseman off the cliff. So let's take care to always feed the rider first, not the horse. To be able to control the horse, the rider should first know his horse. That is, you have to know your horse, then you can train him. Otherwise, how will you train him? Then he can tame it and bring it under his control. That is where knowing oneself is so important. So when we try to know our own self, means we are trying to know our horse. So the more we know the self, the better we can work with him or with it, if you like. It's our thought and our emotion we should know and control. They are not bad if we use them properly. But the question is, how do you tame a horse in real life? It's a very interesting and insightful to go through the literature and the websites which deal with this subject and see how much of it applies to taming our inner horse or our animalistic nature. For example, the literature or the websites say, first, let the horse be around other tamed horses. If the horse is with the wild horses, it will remain wild. So put it in the company of tamed horses. So company is so important because of the peer influence. So if we befriend those who are free from prejudices, we too will become open-minded. And otherwise, it is also true, if we are in company of the people who are narrow-minded, we also gradually become narrow-minded. So we should think twice before choosing our associates and friends, the type of videos we watch, and the literature we access, and other things. All these influence our thoughts and our nature. They can feed our animalistic nature. Second point, in taming the horses, which is also applicable to taming our inner horse, controlling our inner horse, under our control. As we discussed earlier, our approach for transformation should be go slow, that is little by little, day by day. So making some corrections and improvements every day takes us a long way, every month and every year. Number 3, we have to be conscious of our surroundings. The environment we live in, the words we hear, which are told around us, the social activities of which we are part, the social media and other entities with which we interact directly influence us. Additionally, we need to look for potential dangers that are waiting over there. The 4th point is learn to tie your horse up firmly. Tie him up. Don't let your horse get so loose that it can kick you. It is with respect to our animalistic nature also. Never compromise with your moral principles and standards. Otherwise, like quicksand, it can make you sink inside. I hope you know what is quicksand. If you don't know, look it up in the internet. It can pull us in, just like quicksand. All the species on Earth, from macroscopic bacteria to giant trees, have some roles to play and they fulfill some purposes. A question that is valid to ask here is that by considering the twin natures of man, what is the role we should play? And what is the purpose for our existence on earth? Through our lower nature, we share with the animals all the functions they also are able to perform. Then what is the purpose of having a higher nature, higher identity? Can that identity and purpose bind us together, irrespective of the prevailing diversities? Now, please go to the learning materials and carry out the activities so that the concepts that we have discussed here today will become more clear. And also, there's a submission. You please discuss with your learning partner and submit it using the link. Okay, dear learners, dear students, let me just summarize what we discussed in this session. We spoke about our real identity, which is not just our physical body, it's not just our mind, it's not just our emotions, it's not our to which class in the college we belong or to which village I belong. We also discussed that we are not social animals as many people commonly say. We are much more. We have a nature which is noble, a nature which has great powers within it, great potentialities are there, which is far, far superior to the physical aspects, which are also part of our, nature. And with those physical aspects, we manage our physical life, but our true higher nature goes beyond that. And that is where we can reflect huge powers, power of speech, for example, the creativity, universal love, brotherhood. These are all wonderful characteristics of our higher nature. So we also learned that if we only focus on our animalistic nature, lower nature, or physical aspects of life, that dominates our higher nature. So obviously our actions, our thinking, our words will reflect only that. And as it was said, we can even become lower than beasts and animals. But if we focus on our higher nature, obviously those qualities will shine from us. As it was said, we become a saint. Saint in true sense, means a pious man, a person who has overcome immorality. Of course, we need to use our lower nature also to live on this earth, no doubt. But As the example was given at the end of the lesson, it is like the horse and the horseman, the rider. Now, if the horseman is more powerful, he will control the horse. But if the horse is more powerful, then the horse will run where it wishes. So if our higher nature is more powerful, is stronger, we have fed it properly, then it can control our lower nature. Then all those great powers which are potentials which are within our higher nature, they can be manifested, they can be expressed. Otherwise, our lower nature, like the strong horse, will take us away in the mountains, throw us down from a cliff, and destroy us. So the option is ours to see how much of the lower nature, how much of the higher nature. But definitely the higher nature, which is a common reality among all the human beings, can bind us together. So when we look at a person, let us look at his higher nature. Let us look at her higher nature, noble nature. Then we see that, wow, we are all really one. We are all really united. And that will influence our relationship with each other, no matter what background all of us come from.